Hi, it's Hazel and welcome to my channel. This is going to be kind of a random video. I feel like I've gotten a bit out of practice and I've certainly been kind of missing in action lately. I will tell you that we have been busy landscaping and like back-breaking, ongoing, brutally hard work. I'm hoping that once it's done, our lives will be a lot easier. We're also prepping for a little soiree for my son and his family who are visiting from the States. So that sort of explains my absence on YouTube and doing anything very exciting in the craft room, and frankly it's making me a bit twitchy because I'm not here. So I was doing something yesterday that is sort of part of the whole decorating the outdoors, and I thought to myself, well, why can't I turn on the camera for this since I'm going to be doing this anyway? So I'll tell you, this is a bit of a, like I said, a hodgepodge here. I went to a store that is sort of kind of, I don't know, antique-y, not thrift store prices certainly, but maybe more veering towards the antique stuff. Anyway, they are unfortunately closing. I guess that's the downside. The upside is that they are clearing out their inventory at 50% off or less. Anyway, I'll be doing a bit of a haul video for that. But one of the things that I bought are these, and I have no idea what they are. The guy who was selling them didn't seem to know either. To me, they almost look like maybe they were a decorative thing on a light fixture, like maybe a globe type light fixture, whatever. Anyway, I thought that they would make, because they're already, starting to rust. They're heavy. They're like cast metal. What does it say? Oh, iron art. Anyway, I bought 4 of them. I hadn't bought all that he had. And I thought, oh, can't I make something decorative to hang? Well, we probably don't want to drill holes in the gazebo, but just even hang from tree limbs or something. Not necessarily a chime, but more something just visual. So I had these little mirror tiles. They're about an inch in diameter. And I had some beads, excuse me, with big holes in them. I wouldn't use those, but okay, so there are millions of these. Not that they're very attractive. I mean, these are kind of humdrum. There are these that, I don't know why, but they sort of remind me of what Pebbles or Betty or Wilma from the Flintstones would have been wearing as necklaces. I don't know what this stuff is, but I clearly have quite a few of them. I don't know. That's how my mind works. Ones like this, and the thing that these guys have in common is that the hole is fairly big. So I knew that I had fishing line. Now, unfortunately, this probably would have been enough. It's 10 pound, but I bought this. This one is 15 pound. And I also bought this, which is some sort of, I think they just call it household twine. But it's kind of a good color, looks a little thick. Anyway, long story short, I had all this stuff in front of me. Some necklaces that I was taking apart. I have these, and I think that, I don't know how to say it exactly, but I think it's C-A-P-I-Z, Capiz, I don't know. Sort of that mother of pearl look. Now these are coasters. So I thought, well, can I glue 2 of these back to back and have them, I should lay my glue down, lay them, have them sort of, you know, turning in the wind. Now, I only seem to have 5 of them, so that means I would only get 2 pairs out of there. I have things like this. This is really heavy, and it's stainless steel. I don't know how or when I got it, but I'm thinking that I would never wear this as a pendant because it truly is heavy. And who needs that kind of stuff pulling on the back of their neck? I also had this puffy heart, which is quite nice. So anyway, what I did was I took some of this twine, knotted it around this heart. And again, I understand that weather and sun and so on will, you know, obviously damage things. But I started stringing these things on. And again, when you have a deadline nipping at your heels and you're not sure that you don't have forever to fart around making decisions, you just get on with it and do it. So I just randomly laid some stuff, strung some stuff on this cord, and I left it deliberately long, like, I don't know, how long is this thing anyway? 18 inches from top to this, or from bottom to this point. Now, if I were to thread this through, and of course this was unraveling something fierce, so I just wrapped some Scotch tape around it so I could, you know, thread it through the beads. So I don't know. To me, I guess my sense of proportion is a little unhappy with how this is, because this seems, okay, how big is this thing? 5 inches in diameter. And then this is, well, you can't see it, but if I hold it up, you can't see it, but kind of visualize that. That may look a bit goofy. I don't know. Or maybe these things don't get used this time. Or maybe I put, oh, hey, I could put two and two together and just let that be, and there's some heft to that. That might end up being what I do. Anyway, so this is what I did so far yesterday. Well, and then I started the second thing. So using those these Flintstone bones, I had some of these crystal type things, and I glued using Fabri-Tac. I glued 2 mirrors back to back on this fishing line. And I had these from some kind of an old necklace, and I figured, well, let me use up the last of them. I do have a few more of these, and I do have more of these black ones, and I have 2 more I have a few more, I can do a few more pairs of mirrors. And I also have 1 pair of, mind you, these have that sticky pad. I'd have to remove that. These square mirrors. So, and I also have this. Now, this thing is very heavy. I owned this, and, you know, it was one of those things. This little thing that you'd run a cord through is not centered, as you can see. So the thing always hung crooked. So maybe it's time to let it become an outdoor decoration, because goodness knows I haven't had it around my neck for probably 25 years. And I also have these guys. This is how I bought it, I guess. I have more here. I guess this is the original thing. So $1.99 Value Village. 18 14, so about a yard. Well, this would be about a yard long. And I have it in black as well, because I was doing a craft at one time that needed, you know, big beads like this. So that's why I grabbed these. Oh, looks like that was, I don't know, on sale. So again, I don't know. I guess since these are already together and knotted, now it's just a ribbon, so we know that it will, you know, sun rot and so on, and rain will take a toll. But maybe what I can do is just tie this into a tree, onto a tree branch. I don't know. I still need to ponder that a bit. I also had a bunch of these. Now these are, well, I've knotted that so you can't really see, but they have a big hole in one corner. And then there was this style that had, again, really big holes. Now I have these in a variety of colors, but the yellow ones, you know, least likely to do anything with. So I just put them all together, added a purple wooden bead at the bottom here. Again, left a length of thread, or, well, what is this? Some kind of cord to, so that I have some options. Now, I thought I was really going to show you something, but now as I'm talking my way through this, I realize that I don't even know what I want to do next. It is also raining today, thank goodness. It'll water all the stuff that we have been planting and so on, and save me that task of trying to keep sod alive and transplanted trees alive and so on. So I don't even know if I have anything else to show you other than to say that sometimes, oh, I tried using these yesterday, but the holes weren't big enough for that cord to add them to this string, because I thought it would have been a little more interesting if some of these beads were different shapes. So I either have to try to enlarge that hole or use them on fishing line or something. But some of these beads I've had forever, so it would be really nice to be able to use them. And sometimes when we buy bead assortments or take apart some really chunky jewelry from way back when, we end up with things that are really kind of, I don't know, challenges, anomalies, and can really sort of, I think, bog us down because, you know, of course, it's not in our nature to throw things away, because we believe that everything has value and that we are going to be able to make anything and everything work for good. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I turned the camera on prematurely, or maybe I'll just continue to add things to this particular strand, because so far it is only 11 inches. Yeah, so maybe I'll just keep on adding a few more things to this one. I've got one more of those. 3 more of those. Yeah, I think I might as well use what I have here, because I only have, you know, it will just irk me something awful if I end up tying this off and find out that I have more of something after I thought I was done with it. Okay. What I found is that if I put two of these black guys together, it sort of makes a, I don't know, a bend in the thing. It doesn't hang quite as well, but maybe I should do it again just so it looks like it wasn't an accident the first time. And again, I think they're supposed to sort of fit better. Let's add this. Let's add one of these. This is the last one. I think I only had 4. And okay, how about adding a couple of mirrors? So all I did was kind of, and I hope this is not plugged. What I did was sort of really lay this on fairly heavily, and then I used a clamp to, you know, so it continued to make contact, because even though the fishing line is really quite thin, you know, it's not, it still prevents it from making total contact with the other piece of mirror. So it, I thought that extra little pressure would be good to kind of ensure that there was good contact. So we want this, because it's going to be fixed in place, we want this to be kind of, can you see what I'm doing? Kind of tight. And again, with Fabri-Tac, you know, you do have a moment or two of playtime, especially on something as non-porous as this. It doesn't make instant. This might be my favorite one of, whoa, let's keep this centered. I won't be happy if that's cockeyed. So I think what I'll do is I'll put this clamp on here, help it stay where it's supposed to be, and I can keep adding a few more beads. So there is, you may be familiar, probably familiar with Kim Newberg's channel. She, just from, you know, what I've seen on some of her videos, she has she's slowly covering, it seems like maybe most of the windows in her house with strands of beads. So think about a beaded curtain that was popular in the 70s, you know, that people, that hippie types, Teresa, would have put in their doorways. And anyway, she's doing that, having all these strands of beads hanging, covering like in, like as a, I guess a replacement window covering type scenario. I don't know if I don't think I've picked out all these black ones. So that's another cool idea for using beads that may not, sorry for the noise, that may not have another use for you. Like, I feel like I'd like to copy that idea, but maybe this will be as close as I get, doing something for the outside instead. I think that also because of the harshness of our winters, that it would be a good plan to take these things down at the end of the season. And, okay, I've got one more of those, it seems. Oh, I didn't realize I had more of these long guys. Okay, let's, how many pairs of mirrors do I have? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the square ones are 5. So let's say if I do a second strand with mirrors, I could do 1, 2, 3 of those. And I have 1, 2, 3. Maybe I will leave it at 3 sets of mirrors on this one. Then I'd end up with 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'll do one more set of mirrors on this one. Maybe I'll do that right here, in fact. So I hope that this disjointed, dizzy kind of video gives you some ideas for using some of your problem beads. So again, I'm pulling it tight. Oh, I have another pink clamp here. Oh, yuck. Not paying attention, and I squeezed a bunch of that out. Okay, I do kind of want this to stay centered in the middle of the little mirror pieces. I hope that this isn't too dark for you. It's raining and overcast, so I was thinking that if this Fabri-Tac hadn't grabbed overnight, then I would have tried E6000, which probably might have been a better choice anyway. But so let me add, well, it almost seems as though I have to use all of these things up. Or do I? Well, 3, 6, 7. Maybe I'll leave those to use with the mirrors, because black and mirror would be kind of nice. And maybe this will be it for this one. It is now 19 inches long. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to tie a loose knot, because I'm sure, I can almost guarantee that I will find more of something I thought I was done with. Fishing line is really difficult to, I mean, it's great because it, you know, it's essentially invisible, but it is not easy making knots that really want to hold. So you know, if you haven't used it before, just be aware of that those knots might want to undo. And I think what I will do as a safeguard is add a bead of glue to them once I know that I'm actually finished with this. And I won't obviously be able to try hanging this until, and I might leave this length anyway so that I have enough length to wrap around a tree limb and sort of have it dangling and low enough to be seen by, you know, guests and ourselves. Oh, I wanted to show you one more thing before I call it a day here. I was at a kind of a liquidation place, Now, what did I do with the packaging? That was just yesterday. How can things disappear? I hope I didn't throw it out. No. Could I have possibly filed it away? Say it isn't so. Anyway, Clauss, Clauss, is the brand name. Now, I think that this, and what does it say here? Hydra. Titanium non-stick scissors. You can see they have big openings for fingers and a thumb. On the packaging, it said, well, it's titanium, non-stick. I think it was intended as kind of a fine pruning tool, but I thought non-stick, like, I don't know, I must have a problem when it comes to scissors because I am constantly buying scissors. I guess I'm in search of the perfect one or want scissors every time I turn around. Anyway, supposedly a lifetime guarantee on this, and I'm thinking non-stick. So much of what we do involves, you know, Fabri-Tac or art glitter glue, or, you know, I think we're pretty demanding of what we want in a pair of scissors. So I'm pretty pleased with these. So I don't know if you have seen this brand, know this brand, have experienced this brand, or have anything to say about it. But I paid $10, which is not exactly, you know, a thrift store or liquidation type price, I don't think. But yeah, I'm feeling good about how these are going to work. They and of course we know that paper dulls scissors, but they seem ultra sharp, and apparently titanium is a very good material, like for holding up over time. So anyway, that's my hope. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Thank you. I hope that if you have some problem beads in your collection, that you find some inspiration here and decide to use some of your use some creativity to create some either some interesting conversation pieces for your windows, as Kim is doing, or like I intend to do, as outside conversation starters. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. I am trying to hit the 500 subscriber mark. And as I've said before, I can't do it without you. All I can do is provide the content and ask you to help me hit that goal. And there are several ways to do that. Subscribe, share, thumbs up, comment. And I am, oh, I should do a shout out to Carrie, the paper monkey. She is, well, by now she has probably hit the 500 mark. She did a preview of what she's going to do as a giveaway, and I thought, isn't that a good idea? Let people kind of know what's up for grabs. And in my comment to her, I said, oh, maybe we're sisters from different mothers or something, because I too have been putting things aside for my eventual giveaway. So yeah, if you guys help me get there, we'll get there sooner, and that prize will be jetting its way to a lucky subscriber. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Hopefully this landscaping ends sooner rather than later, and looking forward to seeing my family. The boys will be here for a sleepover, and we can then get back into a regular routine of crafting and nurturing and taking good care of our that creative itch that needs to be scratched. So I hope that you are doing that as well, because it is so important that we look after ourselves first and foremost. Thanks for joining me, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.